Alrighty. We are live, I believe. Yeah, should be.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
I apologize. I think this is actually the first time we've ever started the stream late. So, if you think about it, when you have a chronically late person such as myself, and Tom's no spring chicken, and he has to hitch up the horse and buggy to get here these days, in this heat, in this dystopian future that we live in.
I'm usually cutting it real close every week.
Tom's pretty good. He's reliable.
Real close.
Real close. Okay. Hey, Techno Tacos. How's it going, man?
Hey, man.
So, Tom has 2-0 Ultra Gravitron.
Oh, that beer tastes so good today.
With that Sanctum Saurian logo side. And I just pulled a Screaming Cave Obsidian Forge Auto Encoder Library Card deck.
Library card? Library access?
No, Library Card.
What's that do?
It's an artifact that does what Library Card did. Or Library Access did.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
An artifact?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta remember what this one does.
And as an auto encoder. And triple Commander Chan. Commander Chad is back, people. Gregor Q. Givedine the 6th.
That's fun.
Okay, so I'm gonna try. I promise. Nope, we're good.
Okay.
I was playing around with the lights. I'm gonna try not to wiggle the table. I noticed when I was watching the VOD that I wiggle the table and that wiggles our camera over there. So I'm gonna try
Okay.
and not do that, but I probably will. Also, I'm gonna pull this early so that I can talk the deck through a little bit. Because I noticed also that I like talking through the deck and nobody could see the cards. So we got a double subdue, red alert. Red alert's done a lot of work. I think red alert in this set's even better than it was in Worlds Collide, and red alert was good in Worlds Collide. A Demo alien. That's a good alien.
Yeah.
3 Chads. This is a frat party.
There you go.
Blast shielding. My second favorite upgrade this set. Access denied.
Doesn't let them reap or fight.
Doesn't let them reap.
Okay.
Master the theory for some archive lovin'. And that's library card. Action. Purge library card. If you do, for the remainder of the turn after you play a card, draw a card. We got a Kurzap for those pesky non-mutants. Discombobulator for some steel. Bouncing Death Quark. Tom's phone.
Why did the sound just kick in?
I don't know, but this is nice. So I've got a Munchling and an Opposition Research with a drop, both with draw enhances.
Nice.
With the library card.
That's nice.
My auto encoder has a damage on it. Watch out, Tom.
There you go.
Some high quality removal right there. Screaming Cave, which does not work well with auto encoder.
What's Screaming Cave do?
Action, shuffle your hand and discard pile into your deck. I mean, it can be good, but if it was discard your hand, then shuffle your discard pile into your deck.
Yeah.
Whoo! Gleeful Mayhem. Anguish. Techno Fiend. So I've got a couple of Fiends and a Cinder. That's pretty good. Mark of Dis. Just one. A Drekker, who, if you can get him to reap once, is worth his weight in gold.
Yeah.
Dominator Ball, and a Brabble, which is surprisingly good in this set. So, let's see what kind of shenanigans
Once
Tom
again,
can pull.
it comes to artifact control.
I don't think it will this game. I think Library Card has some good.
You have 3 good artifacts in that deck.
I think Auto Encoder's greatness ratio is in relation to how good your other cards are. If you have a lot of like discard stuff,
And you did.
that ain't worth much.
I think you had several good discards.
I think I had a few. I don't think I had as many because I got a lot of pips in this deck. But that deck is like the tortoise. Every game that we've played with that deck, you started a little bit slow, but as the game went on, you were just like relentless. You're like, I'm just gaining amber over here. I'm keeping you off check.
Which is a problem for that one because if you can get your archive built up and then do your draw thing, it's over.
Right, but that's an if. I mean, Auto Encoder's still random. I like that deck's chances, I'll be honest with you.
I like it. I'm just saying it comes down to artifact control.
Because there was, I think it was the first game with that deck. I was in check for my third key like 5 times. And you had 1 key forged, and you still came back and just...
It's hard.
Destroyed. You stomped me, Tom.
I did stomp you. It was the best stomp play ever.
Okay, let's see what we got. See if we can... See if I can get my 5th.
There you go.
3-0 deck. Have you played around with your other Ultra Gravitron that much?
I haven't touched my Keyforge box except for an hour before I got here. I unsleeved the loser decks. Or de-sleeved them.
All of them or just a few? You had a
No,
couple last week
I kept
that
the
I thought were pretty good.
I kept the Gravitron deck, and that was it. And then I put a few in here that I really liked, but I still de-sleeved them. I'm still going to go through them all.
Yeah.
I just de-sleeve them. I have 3 boxes.
Tom's calling tails.
Tails.
That was the worst flip on the planet.
That was terrible.
That was awful, but it doesn't matter because it would have ended up tails if I'd flipped it right. So
it would have been something. 2, 2, 3.
I actually think I can keep this hand. I don't think it's a great hand, but I think I can keep this hand. If this was the other one of that card.
I do not keep. 2, 2, 3. Too much capture. And a cleansing wave.
Oof.
Not good for a
Although if I
tournament.
remember right, there are 2 in that deck, so...
No, that was my other one.
Oh, was it your other one?
Yeah, this one only has the 1. Nope, you're right. It does have 2. I must have pulled... Because the other one had a...
You've pulled a few that have had double cleansing wave.
Yeah, I had 1 cleansing wave with a icon. It wasn't a damage, it was something else. Neither one of these have anything.
I don't know if that'll even pull up. But
Alright, I'm down to 6. I gotta keep. And I'm going to... Draw one and pass turn.
Maybe that'll pull up. Dis. I'm going to start with a Gleeful Mayhem and shoot the Angry Mob for 5.
Okay.
Roll out a Cinder and a Relentless Creeper. Ready. Draw 3. Pass turn. There we go. Very good old Grigor. That's the one I'm playing.
I'm gonna call Sanctum, or pardon me, Saurian. Sorry, it's been a week. Play Stomp. Stomping here. Exalting no one. Play Stomp. Don't worry about it. Exalting here. Beware the Ides. I think that killed him.
No.
Was
He's
it
still
close?
alive.
Was it close?
He's twitching.
And Theo to capture 1.
Okay, we are going to call Logos. Auto encoder, shoot the Galeotops for 1. Opposition research, draw a card. You cannot reap next turn. And I'm just going to pitch this Munchling to archive the top card.
Okay.
I'll draw 2. Pass turn.
I'm going to play Logos. Diametric. Shooting here with a... Thank you. I was just...
Yep.
I thought of it just as I was reaching. Play out big boy.
Oh, I fixed those. I'll be right back.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got him.
You got them all ready to go?
Yep. He should just slide right in there.
I'll let you.
Okay, where's the top?
Nice. Pretty. He's still not ready, but he will be in a second. And then I'll play Lethalogica. Playing Quixo. And I'll draw 4.
Okay. What's this? Yeah, that's the problem, is I don't have much going on for me at the moment. We're gonna go with Star Alliance. Maybe. Yeah. He's got 3 armor. No, we're gonna go with this and pick up my archive. Drop a Techno Fiend, an Imp Spectre. I'm going to Mark of Dis. It doesn't really matter here, I don't think. So I think I sink 2 more damage into the Galeotops and make you call Saurian.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can.
What is
Definitely,
that?
man.
Look at a deck.
Turn up our audio a bit. We're a little quiet.
Oh.
That should be better. Hopefully. Hopefully it's a little better. And I will draw 3.
Okay.
Awesome, man. We love playing Keyforge. Glad to hear it.
I'm going to call Sarian because you made me.
Yep.
And pick up my archive.
So you have a 20 card hand of Saurians. So you've got the other 9 Saurian cards in your hand.
Unfortunately.
Or 7.
Unfortunately not. But I do have one that I really do want.
It's called Beware the Ides. You can kill him. Won't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. I'm going to defense initiative. Warding here, exalting to ward here and here.
Seems good.
Sorry about that.
Nice.
Destroying here. Reap. Reap. Pass turn.
Okay. So from your turn it would have been a little different. I can't stop that key, but I need to start doing things that are proactive in Keyforge at the moment. So I'm going to call Dis. Play out Obsidian Forge.
Okay.
Going to Reap with Technofiend.
Okay.
Discard a card. Discard Infomorph. That archives the top card from Auto Encoder. And then I draw a card.
And why do you draw a card?
Because that's his ability. Discard a card from your hand if you do draw a card.
Gotcha.
Imp Spectre is going to Reap. And I will ready and draw 1. Pass turn. Yeah, Tom's deck is pretty good.
I'm going to play Sanctum.
Okay.
I'm going to play Champion Anafel.
Capturing.
Onto him. And then dealing the damage here.
Because you have a Cleansing Wave.
General there. Honorable Claim. Capture 1 on each night.
Nope. None of the rest are knights.
Cleansing Wave for 2.
I am drinking a Mike's Harder Lemonade.
Sorry, that was the only 2 flavors they had, and I wanted to make sure.
Nope, we're good.
Then another Cleansing Wave for just 1. And I'll draw 2.
Okay. We're going to call Star Alliance and pick up the archive. I'm going to start off by playing Subdue. And we are going to subdue the...
What's that do?
Deal 1 damage to a creature and stun it.
Okay.
So... I mean, all your guys except for him have armor, but I don't care about stunning him. So... We'll stun your Theros Centurion and ping the ward off of him.
Okay.
Oh, this is just a regular lemonade, and then I've got a strawberry. I do like the black cherry one. I was drinking the black cherry one last week. I haven't tried the mango yet. Then I'm going to red alert for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so 2.
Which I'm glad I held until you played your cleansing wave, because in my head I was going, I bet he has a cleansing wave.
Pop. Pop. 3, kill.
Play Commander Chan, Demo Alien, and I am going to access denied the big guy.
And that's Reap, correct?
Yep. I will then ready, draw 4, pass turn. Yeah, I really like the strawberry one. Tom did good. Oh, I had a blood orange one last week, and it wasn't my favorite.
I didn't even know they made such a thing. Okay. I'm going to call Logos. Play the Lethologica.
Double Lethologica makes that deck so good. Because you can mill through so much to get to that. I mean, it doesn't do you a whole lot of good right now other than a pip, but a pip's a pip, a pip.
It is a pip. Then I'm going to play It's Coming.
Doing a damage
there.
Okay. Yeah, it was Blood Orange, I think it was called.
Neural Siphon.
It was okay. Yeah, Blood Orange.
Titan Engineer. Capturing 1 here. Titan Engineer here. I'm not going to turn him all the way, but he's going to fight and kill Chan, taking 1.
Yep.
And I will draw 4.
Okay. We are going to call Logos. That deck's so fast. Play Titan Engineer. Play Daughter. And I'm going to Bouncing Death Quark. So we'll get the Techno Fiend and Galeatops. Techno Fiend has destroyed Steel 1. We will get you only have 6 in hand. You drew up like I wasn't paying attention to if you drew.
Yep.
I wasn't worried about the.
Yep.
Okay.
Was I supposed to draw more?
No, I was just
okay.
For Imp Spectre purposes.
Yep.
I didn't want the Imp Spectre to die when you had like 18 cards in hand.
I was supposed to start shuffling. I was just waiting for you to touch him.
But I can't decide if I want him or him. If I do him, you don't forge. If I do him, you forge, but it loses you an amber. I'm still in check. So, yeah, we'll do the Inspector for... this engineer. Wait, no, this engineer. Sorry. You're about to shuffle. Getting the one without the capture icon seems smart. Okay. Give me a card to purge. Give me a good one. Ha! I purge your purgy card. Take that purgy card. Even though I'm down 2 keys to 0.
Just saved me a chain because I couldn't play it anyway.
Draw 4, pass turn.
So I forge for 7.
Mm-hmm. This game's not close. I'm in danger.
Logos. Causal loop.
That's the archive a card, and then archive causal loop, not archive the top 10 cards in your library.
I'm so
You're
sorry.
thinking of, the other one.
I'll draw both of them, so
Right, yeah,
I apologize
it
for
doesn't
looking.
matter.
I'm going to...
You could figure out exactly what those 2 cards are by sitting here and
Yeah.
counting the entire time, so...
My last deck had the one where it was the top 2. So I'm archiving Causal Loop and that card. Then I'm going to play Group Think Tank there.
Okay. Aren't even going to let me forge a key. You're such a jerk.
Gravitron is going to fight here, taking 1. I'm going to discard...
Wait, why does Gravitron take 1?
Oh, he's got 3. Sorry, I fought 4 last time. I'm discarding one of my archives, which is Angry Mom,
Yep.
leaving Causal Loop, to purge Daughter. She doesn't have bonus icons.
Yep. That's a pretty rare effect, but being able to just purge a creature at random seems pretty good.
Great. And I'll draw 4, drawing the 2 I already saw. Shuffling for 2 more.
Okay. We're gonna go with Star Alliance.
Good job on the trays.
Glad it's working. I'm gonna start off with a Hadron Collision. I haven't called Saurian very much. But he's stunned, so I think I'm going to Hadron Collision the Anaphiel.
What's that do?
Remove a ward, deal 3 damage to it that cannot be prevented by armor since she already has 3, she dies. It. He. It. The spirit dies. The spirit dies. I like that. The spirit dies. Put an Observe Max on the Titan Engineer.
And I have to call it next turn?
Nope.
No.
That was Markadis.
Markadis.
Yep. Play Commander Chad. Then we're going to subdue. I think we go ahead and stun the group think tank. No. Why do I care about the group think tank? Group think tank hurts himself. We're going to stun the Ultra Gravitron. Because you still have a card in the archives. And then I will ready, draw 3, and check with 9.
Sanctum, Font of the Eye, here, Gizelhart Zealot,
He's mad.
he's angry, Honorable Claim,
Really, Tom? You can't let me forge 1 key?
I think I might. I actually am. Gizelhart's going to trade with Chan. Then I'm going to reap and draw 3. Then you forge for 7.
Yep. Okay. Print all this out. I think that's my win condition. That lets me draw 1 more. I don't think that's worth it this turn. So we're going to call Dis, play Dominator Bobble, Screaming Cave, Brabble, and Drekker.
What's Brabble do?
If he's destroyed on my turn, you lose 1. If he's destroyed on if he's destroyed on my turn, you lose 1. If he's destroyed on your turn, you lose 3.
Gotcha.
And that's all that happened. I will draw 4. You have to be the bottom card. Why? Why are you the bottom card?
Sanctum.
You draw into a cleansing wave.
Yeah. Reap. Cleansing wave. 1.
Put it here. 2.
3. Draw 1 pass turn. Check.
Shoot. Dis. Dominator Bobble, the Titan Engineer, to kill General Salvador.
Okay.
And capture 1. I take 4. 3. 4. Reap. Gain 1. Steal 1. Reap. wanted one turn to do this, Tom. One turn, and you couldn't give me that. Is there even an out if I Screaming Cave? I don't think there's an out if I Screaming Cave. But I think I have to Screaming Cave. Shuffle my hand and discard. Into my deck. Punctuated Equilibrium is so much better because it gives you the possibility of getting an out.
Yeah.
I mean, you aren't forging because keys cost 7, but... I just don't think there's a snowballs in me getting my second key. Alrighty. And draw 6. Which is a shame because I had Kurzap in my hand.
Yeah.
And I was going to blow up your board. And that would have put me at 6.
Sorry, man.
You really aren't. It's okay. I don't blame you.
A little bit, but not really.
And I couldn't quite get to where I could Obsidian Forge.
Yeah. That's your turn?
Yep, that's my turn.
Okay.
I drew 6, so...
I just wanted to...
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay.
Yeah, I wish I could draw 6 and then play cards, because, you know, that'd be nice. I'm waiting for the absolutely broken Keyforge turn that says, after your draw step, take another turn.
Yeah, there you go. Start your turn from beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Saurian. Galeatops. Beware the Ides. Nope.
Nope. Good call.
Sal's Galays.
You gonna pip for that?
Yep. Exile.
Stomp him.
I wish. Mr. Primus. And I'll draw 5.
Okay. 8's not impossible. Call Dis. Play Cinder. Play Techno Fiend. Going to Reap with Drekker. Gain 1. Steal 1. Going to Dominator Bauble, the Titan Engineer, to Reap. Captures. Gains. I think Brabble Reaps. Let's see, how many would I need? I need 3 to forge my second key. I just Screaming Cave again? Or do Obsidian Forge and then Screaming Cave? I think that's what I do. I think I'm going to Obsidian Forge. Sacrifice these 3. So, Brabble has destroyed, you lose 1. The Fiend has destroyed, steal 1. That's 12 minus 3. Forge for 9.
Okay.
Because Titan Engine.
Titan. Yeah, I was right. I was at 8.
I'd done the math with him.
I was at 8 in my head.
Yeah.
And you said 10. I was like 7, 8. I was right behind you.
Okay, and then I'm going to Screaming Cave. Again with the library card, having to discard it to shuffle in to see if I can draw back up into 18 discards with Obsidian Forge and still lose the game anyway. Because I think you're done playing with your food.
I haven't been able to get there. I've been in check the last 3 turns. You've been able to hold me off. I haven't been messing around.
Oh, I forgot this was a Jericho flavor text on Screaming Cave. I didn't pull many of them in Coda.
What does it say?
Was that you were the cave, Captain Val Jericho?
Very nice.
Okay, Tom, cut me good. Give me my Obsidian Forge and 18 creatures.
That's it right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
14, 15.
Well, there's a shot. There's a chance.
You're saying there's a chance.
Also,
Nice.
It was the third from the bottom card. Now I can't stop drawing it.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. Saurian. Reap. Moving this one here. Chant of Hubris. Move this one here. What does this do?
Fight, reap, capture 1. That's how he has that 2 on him.
Galeotops will fight he. That would do
3.
which would not kill him. Galeotops will fight here, taking 6.
Drekker dies. Because damage dealt to his neighbors is also dealt to him.
Okay. And I will stomp here. Exalting here. And I'll discard sorry about that.
You get sorry about that. Your own creature to gain 1.
Yeah, I'm at 2 keys in 1.
I'm just saying.
And I like all 3 of these guys, 4 of these guys. And then I'll use Font of the Eye
to capture nothing. Because I don't have it.
Yeah, I'll save it.
Dis. Play Techno Fiend. I'm gonna Gleeful Mayhem.
Okay.
Kill. Steal 1. Do 5 to that guy. So he's at 2. Then I'm gonna Dominator Bobbler your Ultra Gravitron to reap.
You blocked your own self.
I'm gonna Screaming Cave. I gotta know what I draw from Screaming Cave, Tom.
Alright.
That was intense. That exile did work that game.
I almost exiled my other guy, and
I almost managed to call the same house enough to win that game.
There at the end, my deck slowed down, but I kept getting into check, but I was at the wrong set of cards. I couldn't keep going through my deck.
Yeah. Okay, what's Screaming Cave gonna give me? Not that there was a chance I was gonna keep you off with anything in this deck.
A Magical two.
I just want to know if there's a library card in here again.
Nice.
Okay, good. There's no library card. It was
Yeah.
taunting me the entire game.
Yay! No library card.
Okay, Tom's deck with 3-0.
Alright, there's that for you. Goodbye, Gravitron, for now.
Yeah, this was not that good.
You re-sleeved this.
No, I didn't.
Oh, did I run out of sleeves last week?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Thought you re-sleeved it while I was gone. Alright, I've got 2 3-0 decks now.
Wait, the other one's 3-0? What's that one?
Yeah. This was the Dimension Door, Skippy, Reclaim by Nature. I've only got 2, Clay, so don't be too mad.
Oh, was that the Autovac deck?
Yeah, the auto.
Did you go 3-0 with that? I thought you only went 2-0 with that.
Nope.
Oh, awesome.
Fangtooth Cavern, Auto Encoder, Daughter, Group Think Tank, Wild Spirit, Ghost Talk.
No, his other one is Saurian Sanctum Logos, and that one's Untamed something.
Yeah, this one, my first one I went 3-0 was Logos Untamed Saurian.
Yeah.
Then Logos Sanctum Saurian.
Okay.
So 2 of the same houses.
Watch Tom pull a Deacillus.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Bomb Glow, the Courier of Falcons. Ooh, I got me a Sting deck.
Oh, great.
Not a good Sting deck. It's got Skippy Time Hog. Double Narrow Siphon. Yeah. Did you get Deacillus, Tom?
I can't see.
I'm gonna hate you so much. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
It looks like it, but I can't tell.
Tom just pulled a Deacillus. You son of a... He's cheating, ladies and gents. What the... What
My
is
box
this?
has been here with you.
What is this?
My box has been here with you. Okay, I like this one.
What is this?
I got Screaming Cave too. Essence Scale. Destroy a friendly creature. If you do ready to use a friendly creature, then okay.
Essence Scale's real good. I was excited about the Sting deck, and then you had to go and pull a Deacillus. I hate you, Tom. That's 3 out of 3. That's 3 out of 3.
I shuffled them too, and I just grabbed the bottom one.
That's 3 out of 3.
This is a great box. I have not been cheating. This box has been here the
I
whole
was
time.
giving you crap, dude.
This box has been here the whole time.
Oh, I got a Dark Harbinger. Oh, Ritual of the Huntsback.
That's the one you ready, right?
No, that's, well, Dark Harbinger's the one you're ready, but Dark Harbinger only comes with the mutations, so I saw the mutation and know that there's got to be a Dark Harbinger in here.
What's the mutations? What's that mean?
Like, this one is Assault 3 and the mutant trait. There's one that's elusive, there's one that's skirmish. I don't know, I don't remember all of them. Ooh, that's a cool card. Look what I found. Omega, return 1 card of each type. Action, artifact, creature, upgrade from your discard pile.
I got one too.
I hate you, Tom. I hate Tom.
Eunonia. After an enemy creature is destroyed fighting Eunonia, gain 1 and heal 2 from Eunonia.
You know ya.
Oh, Eunoia. And I got your favorite, Bumblebird.
I have a Bumblebird too.
Wow. Reclaimed by Nature.
Double Resurgence. No, yay, 2 Niflapes. Just what this deck needed. Ghost Hawk and a Dark Fairy. I need more skirmish, guys. Oh, nice. Trimble. Each mutant creature gains skirmish.
Oh. No flumph.
The Sting versus Deacillus is a terrible matchup.
I don't know what Deacillus does. I didn't
He
even
captures
read it.
all my amber.
Oh, nice. And he's a 20.
And I think he can get rid of it.
Let's see. Play only with the other half of Deacillus. Play. Capture all your opponent's amber. Deal 5 to an enemy creature. Reap. Move 1 from Deacillus to the common supply. Deal 2 to each enemy creature. That's a fight reap.
Yeah, I got countered hard. I got to borrow with a card draw.
Nice.
And 2 mutant cut purses. Take that, Tom.
Perfect. Technosaurus. Discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 1.
Got a bow knithing. Ooh, my Skippy's got a damage on him. You better watch out, Tom.
There you go.
I can off him before his play effect happens. Oh, reverse time. Reverse time might be good in this deck.
I haven't seen that since the first set.
Double Neurosiphon.
Holy crap.
How many of those do you got? 2?
2, but triple Sajari's
Oh, triple
Gaze.
Sagittarius Gaze?
and double Galeatops.
Oh, this has a mutagenic serum. That can do work.
What's that one do?
The Omni Destroy It. You may use friendly mutant creatures.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, standardized testing is gonna make your day.
I just gotta make sure you use it early. Screaming Cave.
Oh, QMX enhanced with a damage and a draw.
Screaming Cave with Deacillus might work pretty good.
Yeah?
Eaton's Jar. Name a card until Eaton's Jar leaves play.
Oh, you have an Eaton's Jar too?
Name a card until Eaton's Jar leaves play. Cards with that name cannot be played. So I can call standardized testing. Nice.
Yep.
Obsidian Forge. Essence Scale. Double Doom.
Don't tell him what to call.
Don't. I want him calling Sting so I can get like 85 amber. I want you not even to see Deacillus. Just look like Scrooge McDuck's place.
No, I can't play the card. So if it's in my hand, it's a dead card. I have to discard it.
Yeah, it's definitely got to be standardized. Especially if I can get the big guy first.
Well, yeah.
I got Bonesaw again.
Is he ready?
He will be.
Bonesaw with Essence Scale is real good if you've got some disc creatures.
Just get that ready.
Tom's getting kind of cocky.
No, I just like that. I won't get him this time. Watch.
And he's starting with 2 keys.
Oh, well, that's just from my slow brain. I didn't even forge my 3rd key last game, so technically you won. I never flipped it.
Just pulling the nuts over here.
3 big creatures out of 1 box is a little nuts.
3 of the rarer big creatures, because I mean, from what I hear, the Deacillus is the most rare, and then the Ultra Gravitron, and then the Niflkong is the most common.
Well, I haven't pulled a Niflkong, so he must be the rare one.
Well, I meant like
Yeah,
among
just-
registered decks.
I'm teasing. Just for me. Because I've pulled 3 Ultra Gravitrons now
Uh-huh.
in 2 boxes.
Makes me so upset. So triggered right now, Tom.
You'll pull one. You'll pull a big guy. You will.
It'll be Niflkong, but I'll pull one.
And he'll be glorious.
Okay. Let's see how badly you can beat me tonight.
I'm only 1-0. Could be all downhill now.
Could be.
1-4. Tails.
Tails.
One of the Daciluses is enchanted.
Is it? Wow. You mean enhanced.
I know, I just had to say that. 3-3-1.
Oh, I don't know about this. Seems like a real good card to keep when going second. But I'm not keeping this. I'm glad I didn't. 3 Niffle Apes, 2 Niffle Queens, and 2 Troop Calls, and 2 Lodons. That's my kind of Niffle Kong deck right there.
Jeez, that works.
And how about that Legacy Full Moon?
Yeah, there you go.
Let's make sure there's an auto encoder in that puppy.
Our friend Travis Saturday came to the farmer's market and he went down the shop and bought a deck and he got double Legacy. One of them was Wild Wormhole and one was Binate Rupture.
Wow. That doesn't sound fun.
The Wild Wormhole, I miss Wild Wormhole. I love that card. Alright, I'm going to go... Screaming Cave.
Logos. Titan Engineer, Quixo. Gonna play reverse time. Swap my deck in my discard pile. Then shuffle my deck. And I will shuffle and draw 4. Just puts reverse time back into
Yep.
the deck, basically.
I'm gonna go Saurian. Techno, damage there. Exalting, killing Quixo. Galeatops. Sagittarius Gaze. Exalting. Titan. Drawing 3.
Okay. Untamed. Niffleite. Niffleite. Dark Harbinger. Putting the damage there. Play Ghost Tuck here to reap. Alrighty. Draw 4. Pass turn. Yeah, Wild Wormhole is on Bob Bookton. You just never get to reap with Bob Bookton, so.
Dis. Obsidian Forge. Dark Minion. Eaton's Jar. Calling Standardized.
Okay.
Then drawing 3.
Alrighty. I'm going to call Untamed. Reap with the Harbinger. Play Dark Fairy. Reap with the Ape. Reap with the Ape. Reap with Ghost Talk. Play Resurgence. Return a creature. Dark Harbinger readies because I played an Untamed action card. And I will reap with Dark Harbinger. Check with 7, draw 1.
Saurian. Reap. Discarding Mercy. Queen. To draw 1. Cleotop's is gonna fight and kill there.
Take 4.
Yep. City state interest. Draw 1.
Okay. Untamed. Dun da da da! Bumblebird.
Nice.
Doing work.
It's each untamed, correct?
Yep.
Nice.
Okay, Dark Fairy is going to fight and kill the Technosaurus. I gain 2. Yeah, skirmish.
Why do you gain 2?
Because that's his fight effect. Fight gain 2. I don't care about you, Gleotops. Reap. Reap, reap. Ready. Draw 1. Pass turn. Check with 11.
You came out firing with that Untamed.
Yeah.
You're not going to be playing anything else for a while.
7 of it.
I'll think more than that.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You didn't shuffle any more into your deck?
Nope. The only thing that got shuffled was reverse time.
Okay. How many mutants do you have?
1.
Okay. Untamed. Pismire. Flumph. Fandangle. Look what I found. 1 action, artifact, creature, upgrade. City state. Technosaurus, and I don't have either of the other. And I will draw 2.
Okay. I'll forge for 8. Because Pismire?
Yep.
Untamed. Dark Fairy is going to kill Fandangle and gain 2. Niffleape is going to kill Pismire and take 4. Reap with Bumblebird. Niffleape is going to Reap. And Ghost Hawk is going to kill the Floof. Taking 3. Alrighty. Check with 7. Pass turn.
It's over before it started.
How about that? Well, you're keeping me off this turn.
Technosaurus to deal the damage there. Exalting, dealing the damage. There. He's gonna fight here, taking 4. City State. Drawing 2.
Okay. We're going to call Logos. Play Cumex. Do a damage there. Draw a card. Draw a card off of his play effect. Play Bot Bookton. Play Mutagenic Serum. Gain the pip. Do a damage. Damage the Dark Minion to kill it. All my guys take 1. Takes 1. Archived. Dead. Takes 1. Takes 1. Quixo. Play Odd Claude. And Titan Engineer is going to reap. Check with 8. Draw 3.
Dis. Bonesaw. Snarette. Dark Minion. Waking Nightmare. Damage is gonna go here. We'll draw 4. Pass turn.
Forge for 6.
No. Waking Nightmare.
Oh, 7, 8, 9. Yep, you're right. Thank you. I completely spaced it.
No worries.
Okay. call Shadows. Play Lucky Dice. Safe Place. Mutant Cut Purse. Going to crack the mutagenic serum so I can use mutants this turn. Action Odd Clawed to steal. Reap with Bot. Play the top card, which is another Mutant Cut Purse. Check with 11. Draw 3.
I don't have much to do here. I'm drawing terribly. Mushroom with a View. Gloriana's. Put it here. Dark Fairy. Gloria. Bumblebird.
Bumblebird's alpha, my friend.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Draw 5.
Okay, Forge for 6. Call Logos.
Do you have more mutants than me?
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, you captured that.
5.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh, Pismire's dead. You're good.
Okay, I was just like...
Nope, sorry.
Okay. Pick up my archive.
Was used to having Pismire.
Yeah. All Logos. Action Odd Clawed to steal 1. Going to discard Standardized Testing. Play Neurosiphon for the pip. Quixo is going to fight the Technosaurus and draw. Going to play Cumex, damage the Technosaurus to kill it, draw from the play effect, play Cumex, draw, play Neurosiphon, Reap with Bot Bookton, play Skippy Time Hog, do the damage to Gloriana's Attendant, Reap with Titan Engineer, and I'm going to crack the Lucky Dice.
What's that do?
During my opponent's next turn, friendly creatures cannot be dealt damage. So my creatures cannot be dealt damage during your turn.
So not even direct damage.
Right. They can be destroyed, but they can't be dealt damage. I will draw none and check with 11.
Okay. Saurian. Dacilis.
Still need to widen it out a tiny bit, don't I?
No,
Oh, nice.
that was your sleeves. My katanas fit perfect.
Oh, right. Dragon shields have some problems with this.
Yeah. The katanas fit perfect.
That's what I was going for, was katanas to fit.
Mushroom with a View to heal here.
You cannot use cards.
From what?
Skippy.
Okay. Sagittarius Gaze. It's coming.
Doing the damage where?
I can't deal
From-
damage.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Draw 5.
Okay. Logos. Reap with Bot Bookton. Play Shoulder Ed. Quixo is going to too late, I already did it. Quixo's gonna fight Deacylus. Draw a card. Oddclawed is going to fight Deacylus, deal him 5 damage. Titan Engineer is going to reap. And 3 reaps from the little guys. Pass turn.
And I do forge.
Yep.
This Dirt Dominion's gonna run into Titan Mechanic, which
Okay.
ultimately will kill him.
Yep.
Dealing 1 across your whole board.
These guys get archived. This guy dies. Titan Engineer is dead. Everybody else takes 1.
Double Doom. Return Quixo to your hand. I'll play Essence Scale while you're shuffling. Play Brabble. Reap, reap. And draw 3.
Okay.
At the end of my turn, I capture 1 on the snare it.
I am going to call Untamed. Tremble. Play Resurgence. Getting back my Dark Harbinger, which is a mutant, which allows me to get a second creature. I'm going to get Ghost Hawk. Play Dark Harbinger. Deal the damage. Let's see, that's my 9. Yeah. Do the damage to Deacilis. Putting him at 9. I'm going to play Mutation of Fury. On the Dark Harbinger, he now has Assault 3. Going to hit the Deacilis for 7 more. That's 16. He has Skirmish from Trimble.
Okay.
Then I'm going to run the Niflate to trade with the Deacilis. Play Ghost Hawk here. Reap with Bot. To play Borrow. Gain a pip. Draw a card.
That's game.
From City Forge. If I hadn't hit the Borrow, would you have pulled it off?
I couldn't steal all that amber.
No, because you had a turn and you were going to Forge.
I would have been able to get to 4 amber, but you killed one too many of my creatures.
Okay. That's what I was curious about.
If you wouldn't have killed the Deacilis, I would have only needed 4 amber, but...
That game was much closer than Keys and Amber were saying there at the end. Because of Obsidian Forge.
It all comes down to being able to control people's artifacts, I'm telling you.
It depends on the deck. Against that Ultra Gravitron deck, I could play every artifact control in the world and it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's all, well, matchups.
Matchup and playing the deck a lot. Best of ones is not a prime format.
Nope.
But if you play a deck enough, it gets better in best of ones.
Why are you?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Because I'm used to switching with you. I'm used to being the one that switches, Tom. I didn't feel like I won that game.
You did. You crushed me.
It's all relative. At least I didn't stomp you.
That's true. This one is not... This one's got Keyforge, but doesn't look like it's got a whole lot of anything special. Double Daughter, double booked in, Dino Fiend, Turnkey, Unforged an opponent's key. I'm not going to be able to keep up with his. I've got Obsidian Forge, but he's got Borrow. It's got Break Key, which is also like Turnkey. But Turnkey is the creature version. Break Key is the action version. So we'll see. This one should be pretty fast because his deck was very fast. But that's how it rolls. That's why you play sealed. Sometimes you get rolled, sometimes you get big creatures. I'm just not pulling any draw. That last one with the big guy I had draw. But I'm not getting the draw pips. But that's how it rolls.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Yep.
Sometimes you don't.
Yep.
And I feel like that game goes completely different if I don't manage to run out an untamed board that you don't have an instant answer for.
Oh, your Untamed was nuts.
I didn't know they reprinted that card. Universal Key Lock.
Yeah, I got the Archivist with no archive.
Well, you don't know that yet. Your
Well,
two
I already
card...
come through it.
Oh. Causal Loops Archive.
Yeah. But he has to be face up.
Well, yeah, but you can archive him with Causal Loop, is what I'm saying. From your hand. If you archive him, he goes into the archive face up, and then you can pull whatever you want out.
Yeah.
He makes Causal Loop a lot better, actually.
Yep. That makes sense. Causal Loop being the only thing I have.
No auto encoder?
Nope.
Well, that, you got QMax. QMax archived themselves.
I didn't get QMax.
Yeah, you got a QMax in there. It's right there.
Oh. I didn't see him. I don't pay attention to the one guys. I should. He's very good.
Yeah, QMax is one of the best cards in the set, I would say. Because his value's just there.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Double Dino Fiend.
Double Dino.
Man, you can't even help but getting a double creature, can you, Tom?
It's crazy.
Turnkey. You had another game with him and it did work.
It did.
And you pulled another Obsidian Forge.
Yep.
Grim Reminders Archive.
As long as I can get... That's late game, though. Unless you get, like, your Untamed. If you can get your Untamed board out and then hit a Grim Reminder.
Break Key's good. Break Key's a good comeback mechanic, especially with Snorette. Because you can Break Key and then drop Snorette. And it keeps them from forging for that turn.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty good. I'd say that's a solid diss.
Especially if I could Grim Reminder both Snorettes.
Mm-hmm.
Drecker. You never get to do anything.
I don't know. I stole 3 with him against your Ultra Gravitron. It didn't do me any good.
Yeah, that was a different phase though. That was like it was a quick board. Because I got to blow up your board.
Mr. Zero Heart Uchida?
Yeah.
That sounds like some anime character with a big sword.
It looks like something off of SpongeBob.
Okay. So what do you think, Tom? You think you got this?
No, I don't feel comfortable. Your deck's too fast. So what is that one? 1-0?
1-0. Yep. The only thing it's beat is your Deus Illis. You're 1-1. I'm 1-1. We've only played 2 games.
Yep. That one was different. Felt like it went fast and drug, then went fast and drug.
Mm-hmm.
That was the way it felt like to me.
Heads or tails?
I'm gonna go heads this time.
Heads it is.
Man.
I mean, we'd have to flip a lot to make it a statistical anomaly. keep this.
I keep this as well. Commune.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's gross.
Pastor.
Okay. Logos. Neurosiphon. Steal one. Draw a card.
That's worse than mine.
Play Odd Claude. Play Titan Engineer. Ready? Draw two. No, it just happened to completely change what I was going to play into that. And I was fortunate enough to draw a Logos card.
Logos. QMX. Daughter. Bob Bookton. Draw two.
Okay.
Oh, I draw one more because of daughter.
Yep. Untamed. Bumblebird. Dark Harbinger, using the damage pip to shoot daughter. Trimble. Play Resurgence, which readies Dark Harbinger. There's nothing here to get. Dark Harbinger is going to kill the Bot Bookton. Has skirmish from the Trimble. Then I'm going to play Look What I Found. I only have actions in. I'm going to get Resurgence back. Ready. Draw four. Pass turn.
I'm going to play Dis. Play Dino Fiend. Exalting, hitting here. Play Dino Fiend. Exalting, doing here. Drawing two, pass turn.
Okay. Steal one. So have to play. Yeah, that's the play. Logos. Play QMX. Damage on the daughter. Draw a card from the enhance. Draw a card from the play ability. Action Odd Claude to capture to steal one because you're at odd amber. Play Neurosiphon for the pip.
Double Neurosiphon?
Yep. And Titan Engineer is going to reach. Well, ready. Draw none, pass turn.
Untamed. Dark Fairy. Flume. Gloriana's Attendant. Killing there. Drawing two.
Okay. Untamed. Play Resurgence. Back to the Dark Harbinger, who is a mutant, and the Trimble. Play Dark Harbinger with the damage pip. I am going to kill Gloriana's Attendant. Play the Trimble. Play Mutation of Fury. Ready Dark Harbinger. He has Assault 3. Dark Harbinger is going to kill the Dark Fairy.
Why has he got Assault 3?
From the Mutation of Fury. Gives him Assault 3.
Okay.
And makes him a mutant. We'll Reap with Bumblebird.
That does it picks a creature.
Yeah, until the start of your next turn, a creature gains Assault 3 and the mutant trait.
Okay.
And since he readies after I play an Untamed action card, going to play a Resurgence to ready Dark Harbinger. There aren't any creatures in here. He still has Assault 3. He is going to kill the Dino Fiend, because he has Skirmish as well. Destroyed Steel 1, I get that back, you get that. Check with 7. Draw 3.
Logos, Professor Toretto with a draw icon.
Wow, that's spicy.
Reap. Per zap, destroy each non-mutant.
Archive, dead, dead.
Oh, my QMax archives as well.
And it gives you a chain.
Yep. Infomorph. Universal Keylock. Bot Bookton. I'll draw 3 and shed my chain.
Okay. That's a pretty good play. William seems smart. Untamed. Dark Harbinger is going to kill Professor Toretto. Trimble's gonna read. Pester. Hey Mortimus, how's it going, man?
Welcome. Good to see you. Logos, picking up my archive. Play QMax to draw. Reap. Play Keyfrog. Infomorph's gonna kill Trimble, taking 3.
No, not taking 3. Each mutant creature gains Skirmish.
Ah, each. I will draw none. Pass turn.
Okay. They're going pretty good. Tom opened back-to-back Ultra Gravitron and then a Deocelis, so...
And then a poopy deck. I said poopy on stream. Poopy.
That seems
But-
pretty good.
I'll take the trade-off. 3 ginormous creatures, they were fun. Even though Dacilus lost, Clay pulled the best untamed board you'll ever see. It was like
I had 11 amber, turn 3, I think.
It was
after
awesome.
forging my first key.
Yeah. Dacilus was like, what happened? He didn't even know what happened.
His second Ultra Gravitron deck went 3-0.
It was fun.
We're gonna go with Shadows. Sick of playing these reindeer games, Tom. No more reindeer games, Tom.
You gonna take me out?
Play Darkwave. Deals 2 damage to each non-mutant. Basically, it kills your Key Frog and your Key Mix. Doesn't damage anything else on the board. It's a really good thing that neither one of us have a Dark Amber Vault. These games would be stupid if that was the case.
Oh, I have one. Just teasing. I don't have
Not
shadows.
to kill you. Vandalize. Look at the top 3. Okay. Are you seeing this? Like, that's... I think we'll... We'll discard that. And do that.
Oh, daughter.
With a pip.
Good night, daughter.
No, he didn't forge from Keylock. That's why I did it then. Part of me was actually hoping he'd get to 9, because if he got to 9, I would be okay with him forging a key instead of me losing 3. Play Mutant Cut Purse. And I'm going to borrow. Pip, draw a card. And that Universal Keylock. Pass turn. I will draw 3.
What's going on? Why are you doing this to me? Stop doing this to me. phone.
Yep, Keylock is Shadows. Ah.
Alright.
I have a really interesting deck with Universal Keylock. It takes some playing to get around. There were so many times I played it, and it caused me to lose a game because the deck's all about Amber Rush, and Keylock did not help.
Logos picking up my archive. Play QMax. Play the Archivist. Reap. Play Drekker.
Draw a card. Oh, does it put into play? Nope, it's play. So draw a card from his enhancement. These were the 3 cards I got with Vandalize, by the way. Like,
What do you do? An Infomorph's gonna... He's elusive.
no, he's not. He has enhance.
Oh, enhance. It's upside down. I did that last time. He's gonna kill there, taking 3.
Yep.
I'll draw none past turn.
Forge. Going to call Logos and pick up my archive. Play reverse time.
Okay.
Cumex, do the damage to Infomorph, draw a card off the Enhance, draw a card off the play. Play Cumex, draw a card. Play Mutagenic Serum, get the pip. Do the damage to Drekker. Action Odd Clawed to steal one. Ready. Draw none, pass turn.
Dis. Break key.
Okay.
If your opponent has more... Oh, I did that wrong. Okay. That's fine. Break key. Snarette. Reap to steal one. Reap. Grim Reminder. Calling Logos.
Get a chain.
I'll draw one. Shed my chain.
Okay. I'm gonna call Untamed. Magniflate. Dark Harbinger is going to kill Cumex. Take one. Drekker dies. Play Ritual of the Hunt in Amber. Deal a damage to Bot Bookton. Crack Mutagenic Serum. Odd Clawed is going to kill Bot Bookton.
What's that let you do?
Use Friendly Mutants.
Okay.
Play Resurgence. Dark Harbinger readies. Going to get back Dark Fairy and Ghost Hawk. A Dark Fairy. A Ghost Hawk here. To eat twice. Dark Harbinger, do you just kill the Archivist? Or do you kill Snarette? No, you about have to call Logos. Snorette's going to capture at the end of your turn. So I think that's the call. Dark Harbinger's going to trade with Snorette. Then I'm going to play Look What I Found. One of each type. Artifact, action, artifact. So there's my upgrade. There's my artifact. Creature.
Keylock can do work for sure.
And action. So there's a tough call here. I don't want the reverse time. Part of me wants the Skippy, but I don't have a good action to go along with it. So I think I'll just get... Do I seriously? I seriously don't. I don't have a Shadows action. So I'll get the bow. And the Resurgence. Check with 7. Draw none.
Okay. Logos picking up my archive. Opposition research. You can't reap your next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Toretto drawing from the draw icon. Daughter Pip. Daughter Humex drawing. Dot Bookton. Infomorph. Archivist is gonna kill here.
Take 2.
I have 6. I have 2 daughters out.
You get to draw 2.
So I'll draw 2.
Okay, I'll forge for 6. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I killed the Dark Fairy. I'm pretty sure I had this in the bag. We're going to call Shadows. Going to crack Ritual of the Hunt. For the remainder of the turn, I may use friendly untamed creatures. I cannot reap, so I have to fight. Niffleape is going to fight Professor Toretto, and then Ghost Hawk is going to fight Professor Toretto. I am going to play Darkwave, which will deal 2 damage to each non-mutant. Archives both my Q-Mex. Should kill those 3 on your side. Play Bow Nithing to steal 2. Safe place. Lucky dice. And put Opportunist on Odd Clawed, gaining you have none to capture. Ready? Draw 5, check with 7. Yeah, opposition research is definitely overperforming. Beyond what I'd expected anyway. I looked at it at first and went, eh. But at the same time, I looked at what was that Logos artifact? The one that you could pick a house and they couldn't reap.
I don't remember the name.
You know which one I'm talking about, though.
Yeah. Well, I think it's over. You just surged for 7 freaking amber, so nothing I can do.
No, Anomaly Exploiter's the one that destroys a damaged creature. Hey, you know which one I'm talking about.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I doubt it's gonna work. Untamed. Ghost Talk. Reap. Play Turnkey. Unforge. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that happened. Reap. Niffle Grounds.
Seismo Entangler. That's the one. Are you?
Glorianas. No. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same count either way. Vault's Blessing.
Hey. Oh, you played it off Bob Bookton.
Yep.
I was like, hold on, you played a discard. But,
Yep, I played it off of her.
so I gained one.
1, 2, 3. Rapid Evolution.
Wow. Now he won.
And Gloriana. Oh, back to my hand.
Wait, Rapid Evolution is a +1 for each amber you have.
Oh,
So it gets +8.
I was thinking the +2 one. Sorry. So he's a 10. And then I played Dark. Return a friendly non-untamed creature to your hand. So I returned Infomorph.
Yep.
And then I'll draw 2 and pass turn.
Pretty sure that's you winning.
That was my only out in the deck.
Well, it worked pretty good. I will forge for 6.
Because the other one says if you have.
Yeah, I wouldn't be complaining about anything at the moment, Tom.
Well, I'm not. I'm saying because I didn't read the other one because I read that one.
I'm going to call Logos and pick up my archive. Let's see, you have 8, so... Can start off with a Neurosiphon. Steal. Draw. If I don't draw E into it, I'm going to be so mad. Action Odd Clawed to steal one. Play Qmex. Damage. Draw. Draw. Game. I did it wrong.
What were you shooting for?
I shouldn't have stole first. I should have waited for the other narrow siphon that I literally drew.
Oh.
I drew the narrow siphon. I should have had you at 5. I should have won right there. I did it backwards. I lost. If you would have been at 5, I would have been in check for my final key.
Jeez. Too close.
But I did it backwards. I needed to neurosiphon. Or I needed to play my QMax, make sure I had 2 neurosiphons in hand.
You would have still been. We would have been at that same amount of amber, though. You wouldn't have been able to steal.
No, because I stole with Oddclod last. I should have stole with Oddclod last.
I would have been at 6 because I was at 8.
Oh, right. Nope, you won.
Yeah, because I would have been at 6 and odd clods. Obviously odd.
Yep.
One more.
Maybe. I don't know if I have another one in me after that one.
We gotta do 4. You can do it. That one wasn't your fault. You just miscounted at the
Oh,
end.
I ain't tilted at all other than that final sequence. That final sequence was annoying. And the fact that I got a sting deck and never saw the sting. Lord Invidious with double Infernus.
Oh, lovely.
Double Rad Penny. With a Ransack.
So this game's over.
Punctuated Equilibrium, Lodon, double Fandangle.
This one should be over quick then.
This one should be interesting. Keep talking like that.
Double
Keep talking.
Double
Keep talking,
Infernus.
fuzzball.
Come on. Double Rad Penny, double Infernus right there. That's just vomitous.
We'll see. You don't make any amber with that deck. Doesn't matter.
I did there at the end.
Scout. I didn't realize Scout was in this set. I like
remember
Scout.
what Scout does.
Up to 2 friendly creatures gain skirmish, and then you fight with those creatures. Not a fan of Trimble.
He did
Load
some
on.
work though for your Dark Harbinger.
Right. I like Amber Spine Mongrel. I like Niffleape with a pit with a capture on it. Double Glorianas. There should be some amber somewhere in here. Fandangle's got a 1. Yeah, that whole sequence was awesome. Sacro Thief, so worthless. Ooh, I got a master plan. Ransack with a cat. I just want to give this game up now. This is the worst. Ransack with a capture.
Nice.
A steel card with a capture. Yeah, that's good for you.
No, because you know I'm gonna have more than 1 amber.
Miasma Bomb, Lucky Dice. Oh, Boss is enhanced with a pip.
There you go.
Couldn't enhance the Ransack with a pip. Had to put it on the Boss Zarek.
Just so you guys hear him complaining when he smokes me 3 keys to none.
I'll still be complaining.
Yeah. And his double Rad Penny. Listen to him whine.
Rad Penny with a capture.
Make sure you comment when
Take notes.
when he rolls me.
This is my very first Lord Invidus deck, by the way.
And I don't have the 23 damage to the middle creature.
Double Doom is a good card.
Yeah.
Ooh, my favorite Fiend. Techno Fiend. Double Stirring Grave. with Infernuses.
I don't remember what Stirring Grave does.
Double Mark of Dis. Stirring Grave is archive a creature from your discard pile.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this Dis is nuts.
So double Stirring Grave with double Infernus?
Yeah.
Nice.
And double Implosion, so I can play my Infernus, or no, single Implosion. I saw the pip on Bones. Oh yeah, here's another prime pip. Ooh, watch out, my Bonesaw's got a pip.
So you blow up, look at that disc pip line up. Well, you
2,
got 6,
4,
8,
6, 7.
7.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 pips. Okay, this disc lineup is the stuff that dreams are made of until you run into a Sanctum board. This deck will love life until you find a Sanctum board.
Yeah, listen to him whine, and then watch. He's going to roll me.
Hey, Ultra Gecko. For selling reasons. You think I'm going to sell a deck with Rad Penny. Although, again, common disclaimer, if you have a Rad Penny, a Legacy Bad Penny, and a Seeker Needle, you really need to hit me up.
Yeah. I'm going to buy one just so that I can play it.
Tom's going to buy one, and then I'm going to flip the table on his face.
And then
I'm going to go turn down the air conditioner, because you're right, Mortivus, it's getting a little spicy in here.
It's so warm.
It's so warm. It's so hot.
I'm going to slide these Days Silas into my deck over here. Just see if it makes him grumpier. He pulls that crap, then he'll roll me, and he'll still bitch about it. It's going to be hilarious. Yeah, I have no doubts. Double Infernus, freaking. Oh, where's the other deck? No, it's over here. There we go.
Tom done stacking my deck yet?
No, I'm building my own.
I'm
trying to get this one perfect. I'm just trying to figure out the right 4 cards to pull out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks. We got the. Hey, hold on.
What happened? Mine froze. I'm having all kinds of.
Is Mr. Mortivus our first subscriber? Is that what that first is there?
No way. I thought I was.
Are you even sub, Tom?
I am.
Wow, thanks, man. Much appreciated. Really, truly.
Nice, man. Not all heroes wear capes, but you should get a cape.
Yeah.
I'm going to make capes so that you can have a cape. My wife sews great, so... We're not leaving you out, Ultra Gecko. You're awesome too, man. I'm just...
Yeah.
We're seeing this little badge thingy here. I'm like...
Yeah, thank you.
I'm still figuring all this out here. I
cut.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Trying to decide if I want to go first or want you to go first with this. I think I want you to go first, so I'll flip.
I'm going to go tails.
Oh!
See how evil you tried to be in?
That's bad things.
Karma's a biatch.
We are going to have emotes. I commissioned them. yesterday. So, things.
Cool.
Um,
Excitedness. I'm so excited for mine. I can't even.
I'm gonna keep this hand.
I want to say who it is, but I don't want to. Are we saying who they are?
You can say who they are. Mortivis has awesome emotes, though.
I know, I've seen his. His are awesome. Ours are better than yours, though. Not to. I'm just teasing.
I'm a big fan of this.
I'm just teasing you, man. I'm just talking crap. That's our job, is here to talk crap.
Oh, yeah, you're getting chonkers. That's awesome.
Nice.
So we are getting one that's Bad Penny.
Yep. Oh, there's a lineup. Nice.
Uh-huh. Flexin'.
Nice, Ultra Gecko. Did you take a picture of my arm? That looks like my arm. Don't make me flex on stream. I'll flex.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Well, actually, my wife said I can't rip any more shirts, so I'm not going to do it tonight, but those are all nice, man. Mine's Witch the Eye. I'm very excited. And then we got a team stream for Cow Fiend. So we're getting... No, if I flex, man, I'm telling you, it might break the internet. We might, and we have weak internet here.
I think it looks more like the snowman arm there, Tom.
Oh, that's actually that is closer. That is closer. Although I did push like a 1,200-pound cow today, and my kids were like, "Holy crap, Dad!" But yeah, I look more like the snowman arm.
Okay, Techno Fiend, go. I'm not sure I should have kept this hand, but... We're going to try it and see.
I'm going to go Logos. Professor with the draw. And Daughter. I'm at 5, so I'll draw 2.
Okay. We're going to go with Dis.
Uh-oh.
I'll start out by reaping here. Going to discard Gloriana's Attendant to draw a card.
How's that?
From his reap ability.
Gotcha.
Discard a card from your hand.
Yep.
If you do draw a card.
I still haven't gotten
Oh,
this.
I draw a card from Professor Toronto too. Each mutant.
Yep.
Play Essence Scale.
Please know I was joking about ours being better. I haven't seen them yet. I was just talking crap. Yours are all very nice. They're very shiny.
Gonna play Infernus to purge my Gloriana's Attendant.
Ambulation. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. The guy you put me onto, definitely. That is who we're using. And I feel really bad.
Yeah, but you got ways of getting them back out, so it doesn't matter.
And then I'm gonna Implosion.
Jeez.
I'm gonna destroy this Infernus and your Professor Toronto. I will ready and draw 3. Yeah, I'm super excited.
Jeez. I've got horrible plays.
you have horrible play. Is it playing both your Infernuses second
I've
turn
just-
for 0 Burge?
No,
plays?
this deck has so much stuff that hurts my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many cards in this deck that's like,
Yeah.
blow up your own mutants, blow up stuff that isn't mutants. It's
Mhm.
like, what do, you know? Just terrible. Okay.
I think just from looking at this deck, this is a deck that I'll need to play a lot. I'm unconvinced because of the lack of hard removal.
Makes sense. Drekker.
And then you play Drekkers with draw pips, so you know, that's cool.
Well, yeah. It's about the only good card I got in my freaking hand. Turnkey. Unforge all 3 of your keys. And I do nothing. Oh, I draw 1 because of daughter.
Okay. I am going to call Dis. I'm going to start out by Reaping with Techno Fiend. Going to discard Scout to draw a card.
Yeah. I only swap decks with friends to try that. But or if you're in a tournament, you kind of have to in a tournament, but
Mark of Dis on your Drekker, so you have to call Dis.
and it's 2 damage.
2 damage.
Hey, I did it first try the right side.
Going to Reap with Infernus. Going to Essence.
That was a funny noise.
I play him. No. I have to do it this way. So, going to Essence Scale my Infernus, destroy a friendly creature. If you do, ready and use a friendly creature that shares a house with that destroyed creature. So I have to ready and use him instantly. So I Reap with him. And discard.
Can't discard your Archon. That doesn't count.
I'm going to discard Amber Spine Mongrel to draw a card. Oh, baby. You know what I like? Bonesaw is ready because Infernus died.
Yep.
Bonesaw is going to kill Turnkey, which kills Drekker. Yeah. Draw 2. Pass turn.
Grim Reminder for Drekker, Turnkey. Draw 1 from daughter. Pass turn.
Okay. Forge for 6.
Waste of a turn. Mark of Dis is OP.
Uh-huh. No, anything that locks houses is really, questionable. Let's put it it's questionable.
Good. It's good.
Well,
You have the same chances of pulling it as
but
anyone.
on power level, it's questionable.
Yeah.
The fact that I can restring Guntus turn 1 and you can go, well, that's game.
Yeah. Well, if it's Omega, I could see. But you hit my guy first and then blow up all my guys, and then I've got 1 card in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, that's fun.
I think we go with Shadows here. Lucky Dice. Boss Zarek. And Miasma Bomb.
You have a key and 4 amber. I have 0 amber.
And 1 creature.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I will draw 3.
Logos, Kurzap.
Each non-mutant?
Correct.
Okay. So Bonesaw dies.
After I reap with her.
Yep.
Archivist. Bought Bookton. I've got a chain, so I'll draw 2. Or 1, because my daughter's gone. Pass turn.
Dis. We're going to start off and double Doom to bounce Bot Bookton back to your hand, and then you discard a random card from your hand. Yeah, TCO you can swap decks fairly easily, but yeah. Most of the time when you're playing against a new player, I've often told them, like, because I innately understand the card interactions, it's hard for, like, making the deck I'm playing do the same things I can is not the best way. And I could be playing the deck wrong. Okay, we are going to Reap with Techno Fiend. I'm going to discard Trimble and draw. Going to play Lord Invitus. Going to Essence Scale. I don't want to destroy my Lord Invitus, but part of me wants to. We're going to destroy the Techno Fiend to steal 1. To ready Lord Invitus. Lord Invitus is going to reap. And I am going to sack the lucky dice so my creatures can't be dealt damage. Ready, draw 2, pass turn.
Picking up my archive. Turnkey. Snarette. Drekker. Draw 2.
Forge. Call Shadows. Let's start off with a Ransack. Capture. Damage. Oh. Damage. Steal 1. Discard. Discard. Oh, wait. Discard the top card of your deck. If that shadows, repeat the effect. Yes. It's going to draw that anyway. And I don't have any draw. So, Subtle Auto to discard a card at random from your hand. Did you draw off Drekker?
Nope. I did not.
Do you remember what the first card you drew was? Was it Dis?
Nope. It was not. That's how this game's gone for me. This one should be over here in about 4 minutes. Perfect.
Going to play Sacro Thief. Boss Zarek is going to fight into Drekker, killing him. Now ready, draw 3, pass turn.
Untamed. Techno Beast. Flunk. Dark Queen returning here. Rapid Evolution. to add one here because I only have one amber. After you have 2 keys.
Call shadows. Sacro Thief is going to kill the turnkey. Taking 1. Play red penny to steal. Play red penny. Reap with subtle auto. And pass turn. Ready, draw 2.
So bad. Logos. Cause a loop, archiving it with the archivist. Bot booked in, drawing 4.
Okay. Return start captures. Untamed. Discard Niflite. Should give me 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Play Lodon. Pip. 1, 2, 3. Gain 2. Shuffle them in. I can no longer read chat, so you guys get to make fun of me now.
Who draws off a Decker? I missed
You did.
that one.
That's why I
did.
asked
That was
if
a
you
one.
if you drawn a discard.
Gotcha. That was a while back.
Yeah, I need to turn timestamps on. Play Fandangle with a Pip. Play Fandangle. Play Punctuated Equilibrium. Discard all Bruno. Draw 6. You do it as well. You discard and then draw up to 6. It's each player.
That's game then.
Gloriona's.
So you get to keep playing.
Yeah. Punctuated Equilibrium is a very, very powerful card. Amber Spine Mongrel. Niflite. Draw 3. Pass turn. Check with 6.
Dis, break key. Dino Fiend. Exalting, killing there. Snurret's gonna kill there. Taking 3. Draw 2.
Forge. Call Dis. Play Stirring Grave. Archive Infernus.
Yeah, I agree. His SAS is crazy.
This one?
Yeah. That deck's a little bit nuts. I've got one amber after he's about forged 3 keys. He's forged 3 keys and he's got 4 keys worth of amber.
Going to Essence Scale to destroy Rad Penny to use Sacro Thief to kill Flumph. I will take 1. Going to Reap with Lord Invitus. Take control of Dino Fiend and exhaust it. And then I'm going to Mark of Dis your Techno Beast. Deal him 2 damage, you have to call Untamed.
Five keys to none is not fun.
No. I'm sorry, man. I was just playing the deck.
Yep.
That's yours.
Yeah, that's bad. Rough. That's how it goes, I guess. That's how the algorithm seems to be, though, a lot of the time on this stuff. A lot of high, a lot of low.
Well, and I personally think if we'd done the same thing with Coda, it would come out the same.
You think?
I think Coda had as big a swing.
Hmm.
Because think about your really, really good Coda decks. And then think about the Coda decks you never even bothered opening. Think about some of those Mars Sanctum Brobnar decks that...
I think it was fewer and far between, though, on the...
I think it may have felt like it. I don't think it was.
Because I pulled 3 big guys out of this. I think 3 big guys fights that a little better.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is, this is one...
What was SAS on that? The total SAS?
Oh, I didn't even look. I have no idea. Permastare the Acolyte Miner.
86. Yeah.
Is this an 86 SAS deck?
Yeah.
This is my highest SAS deck that I've ever... Hey!
Yeah.
Would you like this deck to be yours?
Yeah, that's...
For 20 easy payments of $9.99.99. Oh, and a deck with a red
And he was...
penny.
Just remember, he was bitching the entire time he was sleeving it. Remember?
I was.
The entire time.
I was. I think it loses to Sanctum Saurian.
Nope. I had 0 amber.
You
0 amber.
Again, I think it loses to Sanctum Saurian.
Nope.
I think it loses to Heavy Capture. Because what am I going to do?
You blow up my board. You
How?
just keep... Everything you kept doing to me right there is what you kept doing to everything else.
I had Implosion, and I was fighting you and trading creatures.
Skirmish. Explosion. Let me see it. You say what you want, because you were a bad deck evaluator as well. Because you were bitching the whole time, and I was like, as soon as you're saying the cards, I'm like, no, this makes me play. Stirring the Grave. Oh my gosh. You bring back whatever you want.
Again, I'm not arguing that you didn't have a board, but your deck didn't have a board.
Because I couldn't. Every time I played something, you blew it up.
No, I'm saying your deck didn't have a board.
Yeah,
listen to what I'm saying. Your deck did not have a board.
Because every time I put it out, you blew it up.
That's not board. That's not board.
I'm putting it out.
That's not board.
I'm putting it out.
Okay. 1, 2.
Dino, that won me last game against
2.
you.
3. 4.
But creatures in multiples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
I'm not
9,
talking
10,
about
11,
the
12,
number.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21,
this
22.
is a communication breakdown.
No, listen.
What we have is a communication breakdown. You show me
Average creatures.
Show me 8 creatures in that deck with 4 power and 3 armor, 4 power and 2 armor. That's board. That's the board I'm talking about.
But see, this is where you always think you're right and you're wrong. Average creatures is 15 to 18. That had 24 creatures.
I'm not saying...
So low damage, they're smaller creatures. But when you have lots of removal, ping, dead. Ping, dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Send them back. Send them back.
You aren't listening
I
to
know,
me.
but Sanctum isn't Sanctum anymore.
If I ping
Sanctum's 3 or 4.
Sanctum's 4s.
3 or 4. Most of the Sanctum guys, all those
Most
little
of the
guys.
Sanctum guys are 4s. There's some 5s.
Some 5s. And
but
only one big guy.
Your 1s and 2s,
6.
that damage matters.
Infernus is bigger than most people in any other house. And they're dead. And then you get somebody, you discarded him, and he's your biggest animal.
Again, I don't think you're understanding the armor and damage pings.
I understand them. All I'm saying is...
So I cast this against your... Name a random Sanctum dude.
But you're never going to. You would never put that against any Sanctum.
Well, no, but I'm saying, like, if that's
board.
all your board that's left, because there's nothing in there to blow up a board. I think that is a very good deck.
An 86?
That's
think 6 points higher than my best deck.
I think it is a very good deck. I've seen 83s that don't play. SAS is a number, man.
It is.
You're putting a lot of weight on a number.
I didn't know the S. You were saying the cards, and I told you, holy
right.
shit.
And I'm saying, you were like, nope. This loses to heavy board.
Well, we'll have to see, because it's going to go 3-0 against all this stuff. The double Fandangle.
I'm saying you put a good Sanctum Saurian deck up against this, and I don't know that it wins. It might.
See, you don't have any counter synergy. That's the thing with this. A lot of my good decks have stuff that hurt itself.
There's a little bit in Untamed, but not much.
What do you have that hurts itself?
There's a little bit of awkward in Untamed. It just... Shadows and Dis are the best houses here. Untamed is good, but it's not as good as the other 2 houses. I'm saying heavy board. I think this loses. I think
it does lack a proper board wipe. Let's see what these guys are saying too.
I'm saying if you drop 5 or 6 Saurian dudes or 5 or 6 Sanctum dudes,
it's in the top 35 mass mutation decks.
Right, top 35 mass mutation decks. Which I'm not saying it's a bad deck. You're misconstruing again.
I'm not misconstruing.
Let's get the miscommunication out of the road. This deck has bad matchups.
Oh yeah, a couple board wipes and it's hurting. I don't think board hurts it though.
I disagree. I think that if you drop a heavy Sanctum dude, 3 or 4 Sanctum Knights, the actual Knights.
Yeah.
Like the armor dudes. I think this deck has problems.
If you have a deck like that. But most of the decks now, like I have pulled one with, what's the guy that has Taunt? My favorite guy. He's the only guy now in Sanctum that has Taunt now.
You mean Ardent Hero?
No.
Ardent Hero has Taunt.
No, he's a 6-1. I just have...
Oh, Champion and Affiel?
Yeah, Champ. Champ is the biggest, freaking baddest guy. Everyone else is a 3 and 4.
But I'm saying that Champ against this hurts.
Yeah, but he also, you don't want to fight him anymore because he's the only taunt guy. So you don't want to be fighting champion into anybody.
Well, you do. I mean, there are instances where, yes, you definitely want to be fighting him into... And that's the thing, though, is... Like, you fight champion into that. You fight champion into that. Once Infernus is played, I would say, no, you probably don't fight. But
You didn't get the combo off, but you were Infernus because you got it so early. You're Infernus with the other cards where you get to pull them out. If you would have got that going, I would have never gotten Amber. But you didn't even get that out.
No.
You played both Infernus and never stole an Amber from me.
again, let's be clear. Very good deck. Loses to certain matchups. Bring a Worlds Collide Saurian deck and tell me that this thing's going to beat that.
I bet that would beat my...
Your Prime deck?
My Prime deck.
I don't know if it would.
I think it would.
I think I'd have to get really lucky with that.
This card's way too strong.
Or that.
You discarded my only card that could keep you off a key.
Then you turned
With
around to break key.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't draw the break key.
Yeah, you played it after I played Punctuated Equilibrium.
That was early in the game.
It was right after I played Punctuated
At
Equilibrium.
the end there, you played Punctuated Equilibrium again, which got rid of...
played it once.
No, you played it early in the game, and you played it at the end.
I didn't think I played it. I played Low Dawn.
No, because at the end, you got rid of my... the one Logos card that makes keys +3.
You had I didn't play Universal Keylock with this deck.
No, I did. I had
No,
it.
you did. Oh, you discarded it.
I had
okay.
to discard it. I had it right there.
No,
at
I'm
the
saying
end.
like you discarded Universal Keylock and then you drew Break Key in your 6 and played Break Key.
Which is what? A 2-power creature.
No,
But
no,
you-
Break Key's the Unforged one.
I know, but he's a 2-power creature. No. That's the action.
Yeah,
Yeah, the break key.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, which
I-
holds you
I'm-
off one turn.
Again, I'm not saying that was a fair matchup.
No. I agree.
Not at all. Am I saying this is a bad deck or that's an unfair matchup?
I want to know
I'm
what
saying-
this SAS is. I bet you this one's like a 51.
I think it's probably in the 60s. I think it's in the 60s.
It's exclamation D, right?
Yep.
And then what's the name?
Zero Heart XEROHEAO. Mister.
I'm gonna have to spell
Yep.
that.
Here, I'll put it in. I have a good.
Oh, zero like copy.
No. I think. There we go. 75 sass.
No.
75 sass.
Yeah, that's so far off. This has no steel. Yeah. Mortivus, look at my deck. That is not a rockin' banger.
I like it. I liked that deck.
You made me discard Commune. You had forged 4 keys, and I had stopped it because of the key break and the forge key. I had Commune in my hand and the Logos thing in my hand, and you equilibriumed. I was gonna get 4 amber plus 3 pips, so I would have had 6, 7 amber, and you made me discard it with equilibrium. I was like, that's terrible. This is
That Ultra Gravitron deck you have over there, I think might beat this.
if you draw Ultra Gravitron.
I don't even think you need Ultra Gravitron. I think the Sanctum in that deck is insane.
Well, we might see. if they play.
Oh, if this one can go 3-0.
If this is a 75 and you smoked it, 3 keys did not even a blink.
That could be matchup.
Yeah.
Again, I really truly think it was matchup. I think that has a lot of creatures and no board presence. I'm talking about presence. I'm talking about stuff you have to fight off. This has stuff you have to fight off. This has problem creatures that you need to kill.
Yeah.
But if you've got a Lord Golgotha, think about what a Lord Golgotha does to this thing.
I think I pulled one of her. Maybe 2. Out of all these boxes, I think I pulled 1 or 2 of her.
Well, she's rare. So.
I haven't pulled any good Sanctum.
So Lord Golgotha's a rare. So
even this Sanctum.
Potato, tomato.
Yeah. I pulled more of these Fangs. It's a rare.
My Fangs would make my Lord Invidus a dead card.
Oh, Champion. I love Champion. He's my favorite. Yeah,
Kurzap's not that good.
No. Every time I wanted to play Kurzap, it was like...
Well, and when you did play it, I think you killed 2 of your guys and 1 of mine.
Yep.
But that's the thing is, like, trade that Kurzap out for a gateway and tell me that that matches, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, this does a lot from hand, don't get me wrong. I'm saying, like, if you establish a 4 or 5 creature board, if you established an Untamed board like I did with this one,
yeah,
I struggle to think of a way that this is going to win.
it has so much freaking steel. And Amber, I got no Amber.
I'm aware that you had no Amber.
That says that it's a 75 SAS, and I had 0 Amber at the end of the game.
Right, but...
And you had the opportunity to forge 5 keys. 5 keys to none, because I unforged 2 of your keys and you still forged 3.
You stole a key.
And I unforged 1.
But I'm saying, as soon as that guy dies, it's a key.
True.
So, I mean, it's not like I forged. You know.
I agree. So 4 keys. 4 keys to none. I had 0 Amber at the end of that game.
Right.
I had a few on my creatures.
Again.
It's like...
Again.
How many games have you played where you ended a game with 4 keys, your opponent had 4 keys, and you had 0 Amber?
I think there were twice.
That's my argument. 4 keys to 0 Amber? I'm okay if you got 45 of my Amber on Dacillus. Okay, Dacillus is an animal, and he stole it all. Okay, I had a sting out, you stole all that crap. Okay, I get it, it was a combo, it was a matchup. I had 0 Amber.
That's because you didn't generate any Amber.
I did too, you stole it all. Or you captured it.
Did I? Still 1. I think you only generated like 3 or 4 Amber that game.
No, I have more than that in pips.
Because I didn't purge any with either
1,
Infernus.
2,
I
3,
stole 1.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
No, I think I just out-generated you. Stole 1 with that.
11, 12. I have 12 pips. That's 2 keys worth of pips that
I
you...
didn't steal 1 with the second red penny. That Infernus didn't do anything.
Whatever you think is irrelevant. I have 12 pips. Where did they go?
You didn't draw that deep. You didn't get to those cards.
It's irrelevant.
No,
I went
but I'm not
2/3 of the way
arguing-
through my deck.
I'm saying, I didn't steal as much as you think. I
Okay.
just kept you from doing anything.
Okay. So I went... But you forged 4 keys in the
Well,
time that
I forged 3. You unforged 1 and delayed me for a turn. You played a miasma, dude. Because it's not like you unforged it and then taxed me.
You forged it for 9.
No, I forged it for 6.
No, because I played...
You did not play that card. You discarded it.
No, I had something else that taxed you. Waking Nightmare.
You did not play Waking Nightmare.
I did.
You
Look
did
it
not.
up.
I will.
There was something I played.
I think we're boring these people. We'll do this for another hour or so.
There was something I played that
He
made
did not tax me that game. It was the game previous that you Waking Nightmared and then Universal Key locked. You Waking Nightmared the game before to keep me off the key, and then you played Universal Key Lock, which I borrowed.
I remember that one.
You didn't play Universal Key Lock or Waking Nightmare that game. You played Turnkey, and then you played Break Key. Those were your 2 key controls, and you had Snurret out.
Okay. All right. Well, we've bored them long enough.
We have. See, I can't read chat, so I can't respond to anybody at the moment. But we hope you didn't get that bored. We apologize that you all left. And
Yeah, I don't know how the SAS is working. So all of my other decks.
they redid it again, so lots of stuff went up.
That's the problem with it, is how are they favoring things? The SAS is way off on everything.
It's a number, and
it is a number.
I'm trying to think of how somebody said it the other day. I don't remember who said it. Somebody went, it's a number that the creators of the numbers tell you not to listen to the number. That it's a best guess.
Well, the problem is the newest set has the highest numbers.
And everybody listens to the number.
Yeah.
This set has so much synergy between houses that I agree. That synergy, anti-synergy? This set has extremely high synergy and extremely high anti-synergy.
Yeah.
Makes sense that they'd have the highest numbers in a scale that says synergy, anti-synergy, right?
Yeah. I hear they recently been adjusting dis a lot lately. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, they're playing with it all the time. It's not scripture. They have great big huge disclaimers all over the website that says, we're just guessing here. Please don't use this to evaluate a true deck's worth. Play the deck.
SAS ultimately means 0. I mean, it's just a guideline. You can't sell anything based off SAS. I mean, you can, because there's people out there that people actually believe in it as a religion. I mean, as far as decks.
But I'm saying, and that's my point is, this is 86 today, it might be 65 tomorrow.
All I know is when you were saying all the cards, I was peeing my pants over here.
Right.
Because all those cards.
And you were saying,
I didn't know the SAS.
As I was pulling but that's what I'm saying is I think this deck loses to certain matchups.
I agree. It doesn't have a board wipe, which they pointed out.
It has 2 big glaring weaknesses.
But as we pointed out, board wipes aren't as prevalent anymore.
Well, right, but I'm talking about in an Archon level event. I'm not talking about me and you sealed across the table, because sealed is not. Does this deck day 2 a sealed Vault Tour? Probably. I think I could pilot this to a day 2.
Yeah. Well, it's got so much freaking steel in it.
But I'm saying,
easy.
Regardless, do I think it makes it to a sealed day 2? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm unsure as to whether it makes it to an Archon day 2. I could be wrong. I need to play it more than one game against one very specific deck that it did disgusting things to.
Yeah.
I need to play it against 16 or 17 different deck archetypes to know.
Yeah.
I bet it loses to Grunt Buggy.
Grunt Buggy might lose too.
I would bet good money that a solid Grunt Buggy deck destroys this and makes it cry home to its mom.
Yeah.
Because what are you going to do to that Ogopogo?
It did dirty things to mine.
But we both have decks that do dirty things to other decks.
Yeah.
And then fall flat on their face.
Yeah, Grunt Buggy, you got 2 creatures to make attacks.
Right.
So, but yeah, It is what it is. I was just saying when you were saying the cards, I didn't know the SAS until they brought it up.
Right, yeah.
But when you're saying the cards, I'm like, this is over quick.
No, I was not saying that the cards were bad. I was just saying, we'll see how it plays, and I'm not impressed with any of these enhances. The quality of the cards aside, I'm not impressed with the enhances. And that's what I was complaining about, was if my opponent has 1 amber, which you did, and I capture it with ransack, I don't get to steal it, Tom.
Yeah.
If my opponent has 1 amber and I have 2 rad pennies in my hand, I have to play this one and steal it, and this is a dead card.
Let me say this real quick. Boo, frickin' who?
But
I had 0 amber after 4 keys.
But I'm saying that's anti-synergy with the enhancements. That's
Yeah.
what I was pointing out.
Yeah.
Now, if you'd taken these 4 amber pips and slapped them on that rad penny,
Well, yeah.
why couldn't you have done that, FFG?
That's what the dream team.
I mean,
does.
if you're gonna build me a deck that's gonna be 86 SAS, FFG,
That's what the dream team decks are for.
let me put my 4 Gloriana's attendant pips on my rad penny. Or even better, let me put them on my flumph. That way I can infernus my flumph if I need to.
No, your deck posted. Let me look here.
84 messages were deleted by a moderator?
We didn't delete any messages. Unless they were like profane or something. Did somebody delete something like... Maybe somebody was trying to spam. Did somebody try to spam? Can you see, Clay?
I don't know.
Everything you guys are posting, we're seeing. I'm looking at your deck right now. This thing's trying to load. It's like taking forever. I miss Good Mars. I don't miss Generosity Mars.
Let me pull it up from the window. Techno Tacos. I'll get it fixed, but I'm sorry. I cannot believe it's doing this, but we'll get it solved.
Come on. Go. There we go. Foxum, Hypno Beam. I love Hypno Beam. Key Abduction, First, Generosity, Sniffer. Well, that's a nice lot of pips right there for...
Ooh, Mod View's sweet.
Nice.
Hit ball. Okay, welcome to the chat room.
I like all those. Oh, that dis is nice. I miss Poltergeist so bad. 3 Fates. You got Brig in there. Oh. Scientifical Hack. Play stuff out of house. Or use stuff out of house. That's nice, man.
Tom, let me see your phone for a second. I should be able to do it from here. Oh, how do you go back to the chat? We're going to play whack-a-mole for a second. Wow. Yeah, Nightbot went crazy.
What happened? We
It
have
deleted all of Techno Taco's messages.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I think I got you back.
Yeah, that's nasty. Key abduction 2 turns in a row.
I still like double Martian generosity.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Oofda.
So arguing aside, Tom's gonna pull a. Hey Tom,
Yeah.
let's pick your deck. Let's show him what houses. Not sleeve it, just kind of peek it aside. Let's
for
give
Thursday.
let's give people a taste of what houses.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's do this one.
Okay. It's just slowly, like,
I'll just do it upside down.
Yeah.
Logo shadows. This.
What is it? Rib tree, spawn of Zitqui.
It's a girl.
It's a girl.
Most of my Archons have been boys.
Okay. Tom loves telling the gender on his Archons.
Sometimes you can tell.
The spirit creatures from the unknown. So,
I definitely didn't get a Nifflecong.
so we will be back on Thursday
7:30.
to see if an 86 SAS adventure can continue or be destroyed by a rib tree. Watch, they're gonna post in chat. They're gonna be like, "That's a 97 SAS deck. It's number 1 in the world."
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. We
Good
love
night.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good night. We appreciate you sticking around for our rambling.
Be safe. Wash your hands.